Okay, hockey fans, this is the big one. The one we've all been waiting for. In the immortal words of Terrell Owens, get your popcorn ready. Number 1 seed, Canada, British Columbia, otherwise known as the BC Legends, defending Legends Canadian national champion, going up against Team Canada. Boy, is this going to be a good one. I think my keys to the game here. If I'm Team Canada, the way I've been playing all week, probably don't want to change much. And I've been espousing the virtues of their power play all week. It has been nothing short of lethal. So if they get opportunities, I expect them to capitalize like they have been. Top line, got to lead the way. Brock Harrison, Dominic Baudin, Jonathan Daou. And just continue more of the same. If I'm BC, Canada got a game in the semifinals from Slovakia. You saw one of the ways Slovakia was able to neutralize that Canada scoring attack was just clogging up those passing lanes. So from a strategy adjustment, even though BC is the number 1 seed, I think on paper Canada probably has more talent, even though BC's advantage, right, is familiarity. I think they need to rely on their top line. You see him coming out here. So on defense, Chris Soroviak, along with Hall of Famer 2024 inductee Smitter Kaila, Daniel Vero, Marcel Lafortune. These guys, they just need to continue doing what they've been doing this entire tournament, which is finding ways to get the ball in the back of the net and then parse to the center as we are underway. And again, I'll go ahead and state the obvious, right? Limit the mental mistakes for both teams. Stay out of the box. Don't take bad penalties. Execute your game plan. As Kyla sends it up to Lafortune. He's got Vero here. Might have a look in the net. First shot blocked. Good block there by Lulic. Part of that number 1 pairing with Joey D'Amico. He's working Lafortune. D'Amico well aware of Lafortune's scoring ability. Give him a little bit extra space there along the boards as Sidhu took a spill. Back behind the net to Lafortune. Now to Vero. Vero working it. Lafortune's got a little bit of space. Canada needs to collapse down there. Can't give Lafortune space behind the net. Over to Soroviak. Rifled around down low. Vero giving chase. Met by Baudin. Back behind the net. Centering attempt. Nobody there. That was off the stick of the captain, Cabral, number 17. Now Harrison has it, turning on the Jets. Over to Daou, bodied off the play. Harrison picks it up, tried to feed Baudin, crossing, couldn't. Turnaround shot, just like that. What did we just say? The top line's got to lead the way. And Daou on a turnaround shot, rifles it past Crossland to make it 1-0 Canada. It started with Harrison turning on those Jets, getting the ball into the Canadian zone. And from that distance, well, I tell you, you just got to feel for these goalies, right? Jason Crossland, there's nothing he can do. You see here on the replay, right? Harrison on the forecheck after he carried the ball in the zone. And then Daou, I believe that's going to be unassisted. The turnaround attempt, rifled it. All right, so Harrison does get the assist on the goal because BC did not technically have possession. So he was the last Canadian player to touch it. All low, shot score, just like that, Canada up 2-0. A defensive breakdown on the part of British Columbia. And before you can even get into your seat, 1:50 into the game, assistant captain Jeremy Bishop makes it 2-0 Canada. Well, I gotta tell you, I didn't see this. Thought this would be a tight game. 1 goal differential, maybe 2, balance here and there, but Bishop standing there all alone. If I'm Gary Crossman for BC, I've just got to be flabbergasted. They haven't done it all tournament, and then they leave one of the best players in the world, assistant captain Jeremy Bishop, who's got a lot of medals to his name, all alone in front of the net. Long shot wide. All right, live scoring in effect on stats.isbhf.com, which I'm going to go ahead and check myself, make sure I got my scoring correct here. See who they gave the assist to on the Bishop goal. As Harrison has it now. Sent over to Beaudin. Gains the zone. Beaudin, nowhere to go, forced to circle back. Harrison still with it. Got a look here. Fakes the shot. Head up. Centering attempt. Turn around. Score! 3-0! The top line. Again. Unbelievable. I mean, Harrison just centers it over, turn around. I mean, they may have to make a goalie change here. I don't know what else they can do. I'm not faulting Crossland. Look at this, Beaudin. Crossland screen. The shot just has eyes back of the net. I mean, none of these goals have been Crossland's fault. You know, some purists can argue, well, you know, Crossland's got to have that last one. I mean, listen, these are world-class shooters, right? You know, you screen, you know, you can't see where the ball's coming off the stick. Unbelievable. I did not see this. 3-0. So Harrison with 2 assists. Top line producing. Harrison assisting on the Daou goal and the Beaudin goal. Dumped in by Roach. Back behind the net goes Cabral. 410 just gave him a little bit of the business there. Picked up by Gambin. Centering. All alone. Shot. Save Crossland. That was off the stick of Ruben Beatty, number 18. All right, I just confirmed we are having technical issues with stats.isbhf.com. The team is working on it now. But back to the action, lobbed out by Canada. Dillon giving chase. And we have a whistle here. So I'm going to get caught up on the scoring while we have a line change here. I'll be right back. Okay, so just to recap, first goal, Jonathan Daou, assisted by Harrison. Second goal, Bishop, assisted by pad save there by 410. That was a nice save. Bishop, assisted by Claude Turmel and Tony Matthew. Last goal Obviously, Baudin assisted by Daou and Harrison. So Daou and Harrison, 2 points each. And that's going to be a flooring call here. Packed house here for the gold medal game. Canada in complete control here, 3-0. Boy, I tell you, BC just looking over at the bench, and they just look shell-shocked. I mean, they have played so well all tournament. It's the first time they've been down like this. Centering attempt over to Chapman. Poked away by Daou. D'Amico pinches. D'Amico, wrist shot, save, rebound, loose. Poke checked away. Harrison trying to get in there. Harrison wins the battle. Centering attempt. Dumped in by Fisher. And that ball hit a stanchion, came right back out. Oh, good effort there by number 47, Dave Fisher. But for those fans new to ball hockey, believe me, this game's not over. There is more than enough talent on the BC Legends to climb right back into this game. And again, their top line has been nothing short of outstanding. I mean, Marcel Lafortune, Daniel Vero, Kyla, Sroviak, Parsidou. As Lafortune save! Oh, pardon me, that was Vero. Save Fortin. That's what I mean, right? See how quick? Just a quick turnaround move. He's in all alone. Over to Dave Doucet. Doucet blocked by Kyla. All the way up to Lafortune, 2-on-2 with Vero. They're usually good at getting the ball to the net here, as they do there. Deflected aside by Fortin. Well, I tell you, those two have been playing together so long, it's just like they know each other like the back of their hand. Crossland rattled around to Kyla. The Hall of Famer with it, back over to Sroviak. White giving chase, Sroviak makes a nice spin move. Gains some separation up along the boards. Over here to Smith. Smith, look at the net. Shot deflected up into the mesh netting with 6:02 remaining. Man, what a stunner. Just again, I've called, I've seen all the games. I haven't called them all. Had some assists with our terrific streaming partner, Home Team Live, who has just done an outstanding job this week. But I've seen all the games, I especially from here at floor level, in terms of being able to get a feel for the game. Oh, God, I tell you, I just did not see this one. Shaping up like this, not to take anything away from Canada. I mean, hey, they're pulling a full out. They're going full Elvis Presley mode, baby. TCB, taking care of business. As Canada pokes checks it forward now. Page has it poke checked away. Good job on the defensive side there. Morello all alone. Oh, just wide by Bishop. Boy, I tell Morello, this is another couple of guys playing together so long. Morello and Bishop. Morello, Hall of Famer. Part of that shot. Score to make it 4-0. I saw that one. Went right underneath his armpit. Morello named captain for this game. He's part of that epic Canadian run where they scored where they won 4 in a row. And yeah, you see it on the replay. I mean, he's one of the most decorated medalists in Canadian history. And you see why. So we're gonna get a goaltending change here. God, I gotta tell you, I really feel for Jason Crossland. I mean, he was in contention, honestly, for both MVP and most valuable goalie, based on how this game was going to shake out, in my opinion. And it's just tough tenure tournament like that. So in comes Aaron Campazano, a veteran of these World Championships himself. He's a gold medalist from the 2016 Toronto Wolfpack team, a silver medalist, that Wolfpack team in 2014. You know, if I'm Gary Crossman, BC head coach, I don't have a choice. I got to do something. I'm not pinning it on Crossland, but just like you see in the NHL, man, you got to do something. You got to give your team a spark. And there's only so much you can do from the bench. Rifled in down low. Intercepted by Kyla. And then chipped out. La Fortune trying to beat D'Amico to it. Former teammates last year in Buffalo, 2023. La Fortune with that game-winning penalty shootout goal. I don't think Joey D'Amico appreciated the love tap that he gave him. Blocked by Doucet, and that's going to be a flooring call. You know, I think the problem now for BC becomes you're going to have to rely very heavily on your top line here with 3:28 remaining. And the question really is at the Legends level, right? These are players 45 and over. You know, you're allowed 3 players between 42 and 44. How many minutes can you really log at this age, right, in a gold medal game? And again, these players are all in phenomenal shape. You know, truly world-class athletes, but I mean, you just have to wonder, right? I mean, how many minutes, you know, can they log and be effective? So then the next question becomes, right, are the second and third lines going to be able to step up? Not going to be a flooring. Nope, it's waved off. I think that was Morello that blew a tire down there, but he's back up and running. Centering attempt over to Beattie. Back to Bishop. Cross forward to Morello. Back to the point to Don Goss. Good look at the net. Shot! 5-0. Might have been deflected. And we'll take a look at the replay. Couldn't tell if it was deflected from my vantage point. Well, I don't see a replay coming up here, unfortunately. Okay, well, I'll get you the goal score here, second after they announce it. So Ruben Beattie gets the goal, number 18. Goss took the shot, gets the assist. Canada on cruise control now. So Morello gets his second point of the game. He assisted on that as well. Sent in down deep. Roche crashing the net, unable to get to it. La Fortune, long shot, handled by Fortin. Tripped up, no call. 3-2, Harrison, top line. Baudin, Daou, centering attempt, Harrison. Shot, blocked. Baudin tried to go top shelf, just traffic in front. Shot, faked it, rebound off the pipe. Remember, Canada just all over BC Legends here. This top line is something else. Lulic softly in low. Soroviak with it. He might have to take a flooring call. Where you got a penalty here. I mean, it happened right in front of the referee. 2 minutes for slashing. So Canada send out a fresh set of legs for the power play. 16 seconds left. Penalty on Soroviak, 2 minutes for slashing. Face off, one back by Canada, over to Bishop. Shot wide. Deflected in front by Shane Terry. Tries to bank it in off Camposano, and that'll be the end of period. All right, Canada in complete control here, 5-0. We'll see you at the start, second period, 5-minute intermission.
Elio Pascuzzo, president of the ISBHF, with an update on the World's Legends Championship. ISBHF tomorrow, Sunday, medal day. Bronze medal game will feature Canada, Alberta taking on Team Slovakia at 10:30, and then it's followed by the gold medal championship match between Canada, British Columbia, and Team Canada. Some exciting matchups, and a world champion will be crowned on Sunday in Edmonton.
Hi, my name is Danny Gass. I'm number 7 with Team Canada. It's my 3rd time representing my country at the World Championships. And tomorrow we just beat Slovakia 4-2, hard-fought match. We look to win gold tomorrow against either BC or who are they playing? BC's playing who? Alberta. So either way, it's going to be a tough match, but we look forward to the challenge.
Okay, about ready to get started here. Minute 44 left on the penalty to Sorobiak. Excuse me. 5-0 Canada. Well, I spoke too early. I have no idea what the delay is. I don't know. Okay. After an unknown and epically long delay, we are back. 5-0 Canada. D'Amico gains his own here. Canada on the power play. Paget. Back to Harrison, down low, centering, just like that. Joey D'Amico gets it. And he will get an assist from Harrison. As soon as I can see that other player, I'll tell you who it is. Baudin. So Joey D'Amico from Baudin and Harrison. Baudin with 2 points, Harrison now with 3 assists on the day. I mean, the man is just an assist machine. Currently holds the record, Brock Harrison, for most assists in a single tournament, the 2022 Masters over in Kladno. 16 assists. Canada centering attempt. Sent in high into the BC zone. Well, folks, apologize for the silence, but it's 6-0. There's just not much to comment on. And you're seeing what I'm seeing. I kind of speechless, to be frank with you. I mean, these are the 2 best teams in the tournament from the get-go, and if you'd have told me that there'd be a 6-goal differential at some point in the game, I would have said you were crazy. Yet here we sit in the second period, 11 minutes remaining, and Canada up 6-0. BC Legends just with no answer, none. That's going to trickle in, stopped by Fortin. So wholesale line changes for both teams. Well, like you, I always hope for great hockey, right? Nobody likes to see blowouts in gold medal games. Just not a great way for fans, right, to watch the finish of a tournament as that shot was saved by Fortin. Obviously, Canada loves it. Shot, another save off the stick of Sorobiak. But they're the only people in the building that love it, right? Obviously they're fans, but for the rest of us who are just neutral observers, we're going to get a penalty here on Sandro Morello, the captain. It's just tough, right? I mean, you've had a great tournament. You know, this is our first Legends event. It has been nothing short of fantastic. And here we sit, 6-0. I mean, listen, I'm a pretty pragmatic guy. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this one's over. There is 0 chance that Canada is going to give up 6 goals and let BC tie this, and an even lesser chance that they would give up 7 and BC would have completed literally the biggest comeback in ISBHF medal round history. I'll do my best to keep the game flowing, keep you entertained. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll see how BC works their own lethal power play. Kyla back at his quarterback position, centering attempt off a foot, back to Kyla. We're gonna look for La Fortune here. Usually go tic-tac-toe. Shot deflected by Doucet up into the netting. So I mean, for you young kids at home, right, you talk about what does it take to win a gold medal. Here's a team up 6-0, guys diving, sacrificing the body, right? Tell me they don't want to take home the gold. You always need to do what coaches tell you. Coaches always tell you, right? You see a shot coming, you better get in front of it. Won by BC. Down to La Fortune. Smith. Over to Kyla. Now back to La Fortune. Back to Kyla. Kyla. Try and get the one-timer to La Fortune. Deflected wide by Cormier, who was captain yesterday. Canada going with some rotating captains in this tournament. So minute 13 left on the penalty to ISBHF Hall of Famer Sandro Morello. 9:21 left in the period. BC discussing some strategy. Face off, one back by BC, over to Smith, got Soroviak down low, big body, trying to get a screen going. Long shot, save, rebound, Soroviak stuffed. Good save for Tan. Shot rifled out of the zone. Less than a minute left on the penalty to Morello. Kyla dumps it in. I think he was trying to hit Soroviak at the line, but misplayed it, and that is unable to be kept in by La Fortune. So Campuzano will come out. 30 seconds left on the man advantage. Kyla with it. I'm going to go ahead and get out of Mr. Morello's way here so he can get out of the box. Down low. D'Amico has it and then just turn around and rifles that one out. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2. All right, so all even. Canada's killed the penalty. Morello goes to the bench. Baudin comes off. Okay, D'Amico comes off after a well-earned shift. Over to Crossland. Sent right into the trap for a 4-10. .56 left in the second period here. Long shot, pad save for Tan. Kept in, Chapman. Over to Delaney. Blocked off the play by Harrison. Poke checked in by Delaney now. Got past Beatty. Shot. High up into the mesh netting, deflected. Both teams getting some line changes here. Canada looks to be wholesale line changes. Sent in, picked up by D'Amico. Battle along the boards. BC comes away with it. Centering attempt, unable to be redirected on net. Bishop with it, rifles it in, back behind the net. Roche misplayed it, and Morello, and we have a penalty called by the far referee. I think it's going to be on Canada. And I see Jeremy Bishop coming to the bench. All right, assistant captain Bishop. So, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Back to Soroviak, has a look at the net, shot, ooh, glove save, Fortin, centering attempt, nobody there. Boy, Fortin just got a piece of that, that thing was dipping. Over to La Fortune. Playing catch at Vero. Soroviak, La Fortune. Down low, shot wide. Soroviak picks it up. Back to the point to La Fortune. Over to La Fortune, has a look at the net, shot. He's going for the redirect. His brother, Daniel La Fortune. Back to the point. Soroviak, La Fortune, Soroviak, gets some catch. Rivero, La Fortune, shot. Oh, BC gets on the board. Marcel La Fortune, he's currently leading the tournament in scoring. If stats.isbhf.com was working, I would tell you exactly how many points he has. However, at the most inopportune time, the website has gone down. We do have people working on it, so I apologize for that. Great shot. I mean, La Fortune, part of that 2023 Masters team that won gold. Now, again, listen, it's 6-1. Right? Let's be pragmatic. If you're, a fan of BC, you're listening to the game. This is if ever there was the tallest mountain to climb, this is it. Like, you are up against it. And based on the way Team Canada has played, it's just going to take a miracle. It really will. I've been wrong before, I'll tell you that. So don't listen to me. I'm just a dummy with a microphone attached to his head. Never know what can happen. Right, Terry Milby? Terry Milby's shaking her head. Milby always loves to laugh at me. I'm checking stats.isbhf.com. See. All right, well, the website's back up. So at least the overall statistics part of it is. So Marcel La Fortune has 15 points. Dominic Baudin, Jeremy Bishop have 14. Brock Harrison has 12. Sean Fagan, 11, along with Jonathan Daou and Joey D'Amico. Then Dak Vitala has 10. Clark Camella has 10. Michael Rahachik has 9. Slovakia. So it's, Bodan, Bishop, they could catch or overtake off Fortune. Shot, bad save. 410, this just looks sharp, man. See that on the replay. That's the angle that I see it. It's a low laser beam. Soroviak's got one of the hardest shots, and it's great goaltending. All right, I mean, you can't place it any better. Sometimes goalies just make great saves. What can you do? 4:53 left. Soroviak, wrist shot, went off of a knee, got up behind the net. Still, ball just ping-ponging back behind the net. Player gets pushed into the boards, and now we're going to get a penalty on BC. I mean, listen, I get it. You want to play hard, right? You want to do battle and stuff. Just, again, we talk about being in control of your emotions. I don't know that was the best penalty to take. It's on number 43, Fisher. He's pretty upset in the box. Or number 47, Fisher. But again, I'm a neutral announcer. The man has no one to blame but himself. Can't take penalties like that, right? What's the hockey value? You push the guy into the boards right in front of the referee with the ball's nowhere near you. Ref's going to call it every time, unfortunately. Huh? No, you're fine. All right, Canada a chance to regain the 6-goal lead. Page with it down to D'Amico. It's the same setup they had before. Literally everybody in the same position here. So Harrison fakes it down low, look for D'Amico. Intercepted, shot, just whistles over the crossbar. And Campazano gets a whistle here with 3:53 remaining, minute 37 on the man advantage. Ready for the draw. Daou wins it back to Page. Takes the shot over to Harrison. Walking it in, has a look at the net here. No, decided not to shoot, sent it down to Bodan. Harrison again, another look at the net. On Fortune there to block it. Turnaround to Joey D'Amico. Brock Harrison. I don't know what else to say about this guy. I mean, talk about a smart hockey player. Look at him walk this in, wait till La Fortune commits, loses his balance, and then just saucers it over to Joey D'Amico. Right on the tape. And nothing Campazano can do. So 2 goals in a row for Joey D'Amico. Assisted by Harrison and Page. Oh, they gave the assist to Jonathan Daou. Sorry, my bad. So Daou, now with his 2nd point of the game, but, oh, pardon me, 3rd point of the game. Harrison leading with 4 points. 4 assists. I tell you, the man just an assist machine. He can score too. 7-1 Canada. Chapman turnaround, deflected, back to Chapman, shot, waffle save. And give credit to BC, they're not rolling over and dying. I mean, they're still battling hard. Hare goes back for it. That's going to be a flooring call. No, they wave it off. Well, obviously it was deflected. Ref in better position than I am. Walking it in, shot, blocked. Bishop with it. Poke checked away. And that's sent all the way out. So that's definitely going to be a flooring. All right, dumped in deep. Back behind the Canadian net. Morello giving chase. Still loose. Still a battle. Rayburn there. Now Rudnicki using his size. Body the man off the ball. Picked up by Rayburn. Centering attempt. Nobody there to receive it. Picked up by Bishop. Over to Morello. Dumped in. Long outlet pass up to Delaney. Centering attempt. Going to get a penalty here on Canada. Shane Terry's going to go off for tripping. All right, Terry in the box with me. The other Terry, the one who committed the infraction. Shane Terry's in the box with me. Okay, ready for the draw. Minute 25 left in the period. 2 minutes on the man advantage. Chipped out. Campuzano comes out to play it. Soroviak, long bomb. Bad save. D'Amico falls down. Over to Soroviak. Back to La Fortune. 45 seconds left in the period. Soroviak trying to pick a corner, save. Well, Canada taking exception to that. BC player thought the ball was loose, Daniel LaFortune. That was Matthew that took exception to La Fortune's whacks at his netminder. Well, this is interesting. I mean, 34.7 seconds left, and BC has pulled Campazano, so it's a 6-on-4. Back to Soroviak. Interesting coaching decision here. Back to the point, over to La Fortune. Sent in to Delaney, down low. Shot, score, it works! I believe that was Daniel Vero that's going to get the goal. It is. Well, 7-2. 2 power play goals for BC Legends. Hey, they're not rolling over and dying. You know, I still don't think they're going to come back, but I've been wrong before. And that's why they play the games, right? All right, BC was late a player there. Chapman came out, 17.3 seconds left for the man advantage, taken by Harrison, dumped in, tries to use his wheels and is immediately interrupted on it, looking for a call. Not happening. Poke-teched away by Bodan. La Fortune there. And the referee gets taken out. And well, there's some discussion now about whether or not it's going to be a penalty. I mean, Harrison pushed La Fortune and went into the boards and then hit the referee. I mean, you could call it both ways. I can see why BC's arguing that should be a penalty. You know, for the most part, the refs have let that go. Those type of plays, you know, players jostling for position. So they're going to discuss it. We'll see. I'll hang out with you here. Sandro Morello, captain, talking to the refs. All right, well, they're discussing this. There's a lot of discussion here. We're just going to cut out. I'll go ahead and save the vocal cords. Bring up the speed here at the start of the third, okay? 7-2 Canada. See you in 5.
Hi, my name is Daniel Vero from British Columbia, Vancouver, BC, and we just came out of a semi-final against Team Alberta, which was a very close game, could have gone either way. Very proud of the boys to pull through, but we have to move on quickly because we have a final versus National Team Canada tomorrow, and we're going to need every single guy on our bench to get this done. So one more and we're world champions. So just proud to be here representing BC and Canada, and yeah, it's been a fun tournament, and I hope
I've been wrong before, but I'm sticking with my guns. I think Canada's going to win this game. I just don't see Team Canada blowing a 5-goal lead. I just don't see it. But if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to eat crow. All right, back behind the net. D'Amico, centered. Up to Daou. Daou over to Beaudin. It's that top line again. Lulic pinches. So Harrison goes back on D to cover for Lulic. Long shot right into the glove of Fortin. He's just going to hold on to it. As Stevie Nicks comes over the PA system. Got to give a lot of credit to the staff here, the volunteers at the Edmonton Soccer Center South. They've been tremendous hosts, done a phenomenal job helping the ISBHF all week, along with the CBHA, put on this first ever Legends Division tournament for these amazing athletes who pretty much all of them have had, 20 to 30 plus year careers. Competing at the highest level, and it's just so impressive to see there's this many people that can still run and play and pass and shoot, and win. Listen, I have a saying. It's very simple. Winning is hard. It's real hard. So much has to go right for you to get here. You got to stay healthy, right? You got to get the right players. The coaches have to be able to get to know their players. You got to get the family commitments taken care of, right? Plane tickets booked, hotel rooms, You got a training regimen you got to follow. You got a year of training camp preparation, and then you get here. You still got to stay healthy, and you got to make it out of the round robin, right? And then run the gauntlet to the quarterfinal and the semifinal. And if you make it to this stage, it's just so much has to happen for you to win gold. That's why silver is so disappointing. And I've talked with a lot of people. Turnover here, shot, pad save, Fortin off of Vero. Back down low, over to Delaney. Over to Vero. Vero. Dillon down low. Back to Dillon, long shot from the point, hit a body in front, popped up. Fortunate bounce for Canada. Molaschuk couldn't corral it. Now does, right in front of myself and photographer Terry Milby. We almost take 6 to the face. Luckily, we make it out unscathed. We will continue on, as that's a flooring call. But getting back to my point about silver medals, it's why, and I've talked to a lot of people, this is the 6th World Championship that I've called. Because it takes so much to get here, because these are not professional athletes, right? The time, the dedication, the money, all the whatnot, the stuff I just explained. It's just hard to accept silver, which is why from my perspective on play-by-play, I always try and give the silver teams, so much credit. Like, it's not that you lose gold, like you won silver, And to some extent, you know, most teams celebrate a semifinal win by knowing that they've effectively won at least silver, you know, but it's kind of like in the NHL when you win your conference, right? Nobody touches the Campbell Trophy or the Wales Trophy. That a lot of people are superstitious, right? Which is the equivalent of silver. Because again, it's so hard to get here. So much has to go right. 9:25 remaining. Third and final period of the gold medal game here. Canada in cruise control, 7-2 over the BC Legends. That's going to be a floor. So a flooring from all the way back. All right, ready for the draw, 9:11 left. Back to Crossland, rifles it in, hit a body. Taken out by Canada. White showing some wheels here. Back to Beatty. Shot intentionally wide, back behind the net, chipped up. Good save, Camposano. All right, so out comes Canada's top line. Harrison, Baudin, and Daou, along with Lulich and D'Amico. One cleanly, shot wide. Boy, Daou's got such a quick release. And this kid can shoot. Rifled in down low. Picked up by D'Amico. Taken by Lulich, up to Baudin. Intercepted. Lulich trying to pinch, keep that in. And play is offsides, as Fisher was offsides for BC Legends. .824 remaining. Canada on their way to the gold medal. Long shot, whistles wide. Harrison showing the moves. Centering attempt. A little too far for Baudin. But Harrison once again displaying those jets, man. He's just so quick. He's so good in small spaces. Just the ability to keep the head up, carry the ball, and just get the feet moving. D'Amico now turning on the jets. Trying to walk it in, intercepted. Canada does not have numbers, as Legends is able to get a change here. Back behind the net, La Fortune. Lobbed out, too far for Delaney. That'll be a flooring call. 7:12 remaining. right, Legends has it, intercepted. Picked up by La Fortune. Ball rolls off of his stick, and he's checked. Canada unhappy about that. I'm not sure why, but okay, we got to clear out. Okay, the penalty is on number 19, Matthew, 2 minutes for roughing. He is genuinely in full disagreement with that call. From my vantage point, it looked like a penalty. He obstructed the player, made no effort to play the ball, but I'm not a referee. I'm not out there. And again, right? Kids, who has the hardest job in the tournament? The referees. Never hear me criticize it. All right, 7-2, 6:54 remaining. La Fortune. Sorobiak, shot, save. Delaney bottled off the play by big Matt Rudnicki. Tell you, man, guy's a mountain out there. Talk about a fellow Polish person that's kept himself in tremendous shape. Really impressed with his physicality and style of play. Shot, butterfly save over to La Fortune, looking for Sorobiak on the one-timer. Over to Vero. Sorobiak. Down low, and we get a player, Daniel La Fortune, who, I don't know if he dislodged the net, but see if you can see it here. No, Canadian player just lost their footing. That's incidental hockey there. No harm, no foul. Minute 22 left on the man advantage. Face off outside the zone. Won by Legends. Sorobiak can't carry it in. Over to La Fortune. Over to his brother Daniel. Rolls off his stick. Kept in at the point by La Fortune. Well, they pulled the netminder again, so it's 6-on-4. It worked the last time. Sorobiak, long bomb, wide, rebound over the crossbar. Centering attempt, not there. Over to Vero, shot, blocked. And Canadian netminder 410 has lost his headgear. Where the face-off is. Looks like the face-off's going to come to the right of 410. Very well, just about set for the draw. There we go. 6 attackers for BC Legends. 49 seconds left in the man advantage. One back to La Fortune. Over to Sorobiak. Down low, blocked. Over to Vero, La Fortune, Sorobiak, back to La Fortune. Sorobiak walking it in, whistles one, Picks up his own rebound, drops it off for Vero. Back to Soroviak, shot, pad save. Net dislodged, 17 seconds left on the man advantage. All right, ready for the draw. Campazano back at net. One back by BC. Soroviak. La Fortune. Back to Vero. Takes better of it. La Fortune goes off a foot over to Soroviak. Back to La Fortune. Down low. Shot. Vero lost his footing, unable to corral it. Harrison has it. Intercepted by La Fortune on the pinch, but Baudin has it now. Potential 2-on-1 with Daou. Vero hustling back, shot, screams high over the crossbar. Intercepted by Lulic. Well, Canadian player steps on a stick again. Daou fakes the shot down low to Bishop, trying to dangle his way in, stuffed, and Canada does not get the goal, immediately waved off. Net was dislodged. Oh, it's a nice move. Canada's not arguing the call. I think, like me, they understand this is all a matter of semantics. 3:40 left, up 5 goals. Shot blocked. That was Claude Trammell. Centering attempt, intercepted. Marcel La Fortune, wrist shot, handled by Fortin. Back to the point, La Fortune, wrist shot, block, turnaround. Smith scores, makes it 7-3. 3:02 remaining. I mean, Fortin never saw that one. 5 people in his way, you'll see it on the replay here. Heck of a shot, though. Good placement. Hey, again, credit to BC, right? I mean, not just rolling over and dying, but you know, still got to score 4 in 3 minutes here just to tie it, right? Sent down, that'll be a flooring call as BC has pulled Camposano from the net. So Marcel Lafortune got an assist on that. I think barring more Canada goals, he's going to win top scorer. Okay, well, still can't get face-offs right for whatever reason here. So we will redraw. Players just been a struggle all week. Shot, save, Fortin off the stick of Smith. Good save. Back to the point to Soroviak, shot wide. Empty net. Up to Smith. Down to Vero. Over to Delaney. Lafortune back behind the net to Smith. Player goes down, rattled around the boards, picked up by Malaschuk, chipped up, and out. Soroviak goes back to get it. Softly lobbed out, back to Soroviak. Minute 55 remaining. Up to Vero. Little space to operate here. To Daniel Lafortune. Back to Soroviak, to Marcel. Down low, shot over the crossbar. Minute and 30 remaining. Shot by Vero over the crossbar. Marcel, pad save. Smith. Centering, Daniel, shot, pipe, loose ball. And Spence gets cleared out. Well, that's the way it's been for BC Legends. They rang the pipe. Well, BC takes the timeout. Minute 14 left. Face off, chipped up, but not out by Canada, kept in. Goes out, but now BC corrals it up over to Daniel Lafortune, drops it off to Cabral. Centering over to Soroviak, back to Vero, last minute of play. Smith with it. Down to Marcel La Fortune. First shot, blocked. Backhand, no, forehand. Shot, wide. BC just trying to find something here. 25 seconds remaining. Back behind the net. 20 seconds remaining. Canada bench. Starting to high-five each other. Marcel La Fortune, spin move, blocked. Into the corner, final 10. La Fortune goes into the board. Well, we're gonna get a late penalty. And La Fortune takes exception to the push, throws the punch, so that'll probably be the end of his day. Well, as I've mentioned, it's a matter of semantics, right? It's 5.7 seconds left. It's just a question of, can everybody here be adults and just finish the game in peace and quiet, let Canada celebrate? And I'm confident that the BC Legends will be able to do that. So Claude Tamel in the box, directly below me. I'm standing on the penalty bench. So I have a bird's eye view here. Okay. All right, here we go. Barring full-out fisticuffs, this should be the final drop of the game. Canada ready to celebrate. 5.7 seconds left. One back, one final shot right into the breadbasket, and that does it. Canada takes home the gold medal. Well, as you can see, Canada continuing to celebrate. They certainly earned it. Played one hell of a game. First ever gold medal goes to Team Canada at the Legends World Ball Hockey Championship. Silver goes to the British Columbia Legends. And the bronze goes to Slovakia. As I said when Canada jumped out early, I just didn't see this one shaking out that way. I expected a one-goal game, maybe two if there was a bounce. 3-2, right? Maybe 4-2, 4-3. Even potentially a goaltending duel, right? 2-1. But Canada came out just on fire. Guns blazing, got off the bus ready to play. and took care of business. For BC Legends, listen, I say this every World Championship I call, and nothing to hang your head about. It just got beat by a better team today, and there is no shame in that. None. It's not the result you wanted, but believe me, there's 6 other teams that would love to be in your position taking home silver medal, and I'm sure head coach Gary Crossman will be reminding his squad of that as they congratulate each other. And the ISBHF and the volunteers get set up to hand out trophies and medals along with awards. I'll stay with you during these presentations. It's just one of those games, right? Not every gold medal game or bronze medal game can be like the one we saw with Slovakia and Canada, Alberta, where it goes in overtime and you have heroics. Some games just end up like this, lopsided affairs. And there's just no earthly explanation for it, folks. It's just one of those things that happens in sports. You just got to tip your cap to Canada. Came out, took care of business, and just got done what needed to be done. And for Canada, BC Legends, again, before they know it, all right, you're down 3-0. And the mountain just got taller and taller to climb. And they just did not have an answer. It certainly wasn't for lack of effort. Don't get me wrong here. They never laid over and died. They gave it everything they had. And for that alone, they will be commended. Again, silver medal, it's not what you came here for, but ask the other 6 teams if they'd like to take home the silver medal. See what they say. And I think to a man, everybody on the BC Legends would tell you, yeah, it stinks, but we know what happens. This is hockey. The All-Star team. This kid's been unbelievable all tournament. Just flying around the rink, non-stop hustle, head on a swivel. Just an outstanding hockey player. Sandro Morello, the Hall of Famer, gets player of the game. He's already in the Hall of Fame. He's wearing the captain. He's a good friend of President Elio Pascuso. They've known each other for years. Go ahead and get out of the way here so they can take the picture. Congratulations to Daniel and Sandro. Talking with Elio about Sandro's long and storied career. Elio would be the first to tell you, you need a locker room leader. You need somebody that knows how to get the job done. You call Sandro Morello. Beloved by his teammates. Just quiet, never seeks the limelight. Just year after year, tournament after tournament, goes out and does what needs to get done. Referee Eric Robertson will get his award. Congratulations, you're on your way to the gold medal for America. And local referee Jim Armstead, Edmonton native. Had I not had a 5-hour flight delay from Florida Airlines, he would have been the one to pick me up from the airport. Super great guy. Super great. Just a pillar in the Edmonton community for many years, and at the CBHA level, has repped countless tournaments with all these referees. So I think all in all, if we talk about was it a success here for the ISBHF with the 4 referee system, the answer is a resounding yes. I know you can see me talking to you on the stream. I'm the person in the blue shirt. Go ahead and get out of the way again. Might be saying, well, Chris, you're the promotions director. Why aren't you wearing ISBHF swag? Well, because I left a bunch of my polos in the dryer at home, and I am a victim of the old cliche, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. That was on my part. So most valuable goalie goes to Clark Fortan. No shocker there, he was outstanding today. The most valuable forward, probably Marcel Lafortune. If not, it would have to be somebody on the Canadiens top line, Harrison, Daoud, or Baudin. MVP in my book, Brock Harrison. I think I heard me pumping his tires all week. So from Slovakia, the top defenseman, number 46, Michal Rahacic. Boy, this guy, talk about a guy that racked up awards. He was part of that epic Slovakian run where they medaled every year, up literally up until 2022. I mean, he's got many, many awards. Oh, there you go. Baudin gets most valuable forward. I'm thinking with Harrison from MVP. I think he was the best player all tournament for Team Canada. He was the machine that drove the engine. I could be wrong. Could be Daoud. I don't know. Maybe Lafortune, but no one Harrison. Well, that's Lafortune. Congratulations, Mr. Lafortune. Top scorer is a hard achievement, man. A lot of people are. That's the hardest thing to win. There's so many good scorers here. As I mentioned, Marcel scored the game winner in Buffalo last year during the penalty shootout. There you go, I was right, Brock Harrison. How about that? Talk about an outstanding human being. Well, I interviewed him last year after they were knocked out by by the United States in the semifinals. He was so gracious in defeat. A record holder, holds the record for most assists in a single tournament at any level. Set the flag in 2022 with 16. And just from the get-go, he just came out, used his speed, his awareness, that passing ability. Just, boy, did he have a really good tournament. Really. And a true leader, last year at the Masters Buffalo, he was the coach and captain of the Canada Saskatchewan team, and part of my role as promotions director. I got to know Brock quite a bit, just through email, trying to get prep work on the team, so we could deliver an outstanding broadcast. Just had to shake his hand, along with Claude Fortan. So now the All-Star team. Hey, Slovakian goaltender Javar. No surprise there. I mean, usually most valuable goaltender goes to the team that wins the gold medal, right? So no surprise there. But had Slovakia been in the gold medal game, you'll play lost, man. It's another guy you heard me pumping his tires all week. I just love his style of goaltending, that Hasek style, stand-up hybrid. So exciting to watch. Hey, Freddie Pereira makes it on defense. Look at that, number 60. Another guy you heard me pumping his tires all week. This guy's a maniac out on the floor all week. Good for him. He was also in Buffalo, wearing his Portugal uniform that has garnered quite a lot of attention on social media. A lot of people calling those uniforms absolute fire. Canada, BC, Chris Sorobiak. No surprise there, boy. Him and Svitter Kyler were just outstanding this week. Just a mountain of a man. So hard to get by. So good in front of the net. You know, there's another guy Elio knows very well. Hey, from Italy, Adriano Fiacconi. Look at this. Congratulations, man. Fiacconi, right? Remember when I was talking about him? Another guy running around like a maniac all week, leading his team, assistant captain. He had a heck of a tournament. So happy to see him on the All-Star team. Roy Minor. Well, no surprise there, man. You've heard me singing this guy's praises. When you talk about somebody at our age, right? Again, I'm 49 in the Legends division, man. I don't know where some of these people get the energy, but for this guy, I mean, it's just impossible to describe seeing him in person, the level of energy he brings. It's absolutely electric. And from Team Canada, number 98, Jonathan Daou. Oh, very happy for him. What an unbelievable shot this guy has, man. You know, that line, him, Harrison, and Bodam just got it done. You know, what else can you say, right? Talk about showing up and just, again, TCB, right? Taking care of business, boy. That's what they did. Let me go ahead and get out of the view here. Picture. Go ahead and duck so they don't see my blue shirt. Shot. For them, always happy to see people that, you know, just show up to play, right? Make the All-Star team. It's good. It's good for hockey, you know. And again, I'm part of this Legends division, this age group. You know, I know a lot of these people. Happy to see them. I really am. Now BC will get their silver medal. Again, just to, you know, kind of rehash what I said, right, about the silver medal. Listen, it's hard to accept it. It really is. It's just hard. There's no other way to describe it. As I mentioned, you know, so much work goes in to get here. It's so hard to win, period. So much has to go right. You know, on top of, you got to play well, right? You're playing against other world-class level athletes. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but eventually the pain, and I said this when I was in Visp, you know, eventually the pain subsides, you go home and you realize, you know, I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of my team. Came in second place, it's not first, but again, there's a lot of other players that would love to be wearing a silver around their neck. As these players who know each other so well, this all-Canadian final. Congratulate each other. You know, during the game, right, there's always bad blood. I mean, again, especially at the Legends division, right, these guys are playing against each other. I mean, some cases literally for close to 40 years, right? In the U10, some of these guys are now 50. But the great thing about hockey and sportsmanship is what you see going on right now. You know, not just handshakes, but hugs, right? Congratulations. Everybody happy for each other, as it should be. See Aaron Campazano getting his medal right now. Another outstanding human being. Got to talk to Aaron when I was doing play-by-play in Banff in 2016, and I'm a fellow goaltender and was just kind of picking his brain about, how hard it is to get mentally ready for these types of tournaments and the shots and everything. And, it's kind of like a goalie club once you get to his level, right, where, you're good enough to make a world caliber squad. So it's just interesting to hear his thoughts on it. And, I could sum up his thoughts, it was a fairly long conversation, but I can sum up his thoughts pretty succinctly. It's pretty damn hard mentally. No surprise, right? You got to think the pressure the teams are under, but when you're in net, man, you just can't let any bad ones in, boy. You can't let that team down. So hard to do, as Gary Crossman, another friend of mine, gets it. Gary has been a friend to me on the promotions team, especially in my work trying to get the Hall of Fame project going. We inducted the largest class ever, 2024. Some of those were older players that were not here, that have effectively retired from the sport of ball hockey and are not on social media. They're very hard to get a hold of. Gary and assistant coach from Team Canada, Francois Chaloux, who was the general manager of the 2023 Canada gold medal winning team. I personally want to extend my thanks to both of them. They were instrumental in helping me make sure that all the plaques got delivered to the inductees, all the notifications are made in the proper way, and that it was just done the right way with the proper respect that being inducted and notified into the Hall of Fame deserves. So the captain will come over after they finish shaking hands and just accept the second place trophy as President Pascuzzo goes to talk. So Campazano and Rudnicki were on that Toronto Wolfpack team that won gold in 2016 and won silver in 2014. Rudnicki scored the game-winning goal in overtime. And that actually was my first World Championship broadcast, so it's pretty cool for me, just on a personal note, to be able to call a golden goal. Don't know where that footage ended up. I've tried to track it down from the CBHA. I've been asked for it several times as your promotions director. It was a company that did the stream, went out of business. Did not leave a forwarding address, but we will continue to try to get all the videos from all the championship posters. That's one of the probably our most requested things here at the ISBHF is, do you have video of this tournament in some form or another? As Cabral comes over, we get a picture taken. With President Pascuzzo and some of our volunteers here from Bet99, one of our sponsors. And speaking of sponsors, again, want to thank Jason Kelly and his company, 2 and 10 Custom Apparel, for sending us the fantastic polos, which certainly bailed me out because, as I mentioned, I left my original ISBHF polos in the dryer back home. Really sharp polos, I'll tell you. And in terms of uniforms, all you got to do is just go onto their social media, and pretty much every team in America and a lot of teams in Canada, and heck, even some in Europe, wear 2 and 10 Custom Apparel. As Canada comes over to accept the gold medal, Clark Tamel will lead the way. Shane Terry gets it. Bodan. Boy, he was such a beast. Such a beast. White. Jason Cormier, captain of that Masters gold medal winning team, played the role of captain this week. Canada had rotating captains, right? I mean, listen, everybody on this team has been a captain in their life at some point or another, right? So you have a group of alpha men, in the locker room. It's just tough to pick a captain, right? Your choices are virtually endless. So good to see how Canada rotated it through. There's Rudnicki. Darren Lodge played a couple of games this week, was a stud for them in net. Another one has a lot of hardware, and there's the Hall of Famer, Elio's personal friend, Sandro Morello. Jeremy Bishop, outstanding game today. See some of the coaches getting it here. McGuire next to the head coach, Bill McNeil. Listen, man, hey, credit to that guy. You know, it's tough to lead men who are basically leaders themselves, right? You know, there's an argument to be made, you know, that coaching the Legends, just from a leadership perspective, I'm not talking X's and O's, is probably the hardest to coach. Because again, these are Legends level players, right? They've seen everything in hockey. They've played in all the championships. Like, what are you supposed to tell them, right? Well, I don't know. I'm not Bill McNeil, but whatever McNeil and Crossman told them, it certainly worked. That's why they're out there, and I'm in here in the play-by-play booth. Congratulations, Mr. Corbell. Dao. So happy for him. Matthew. Waving high to the camera. What they don't know is they're actually being recorded. That stream you see is by the Home Team Live Vice President Tracy. So he's there doing what President Pascuzzo likes to call yeoman's work. And Brock Harrison, again, so happy for him on a personal level. Just such a great guy. Johnny Lulich. Joey D'Amico, listed on the score sheets and announced all week as Giuseppe. And when I interviewed him in Buffalo in preparation, I said, you want me to say Giuseppe or Joey? So please, Joey. That's why I've been calling him Joey D'Amico. I know on your score sheets at home. As MVG, Claude Fortin gets it. There's Francois Chaloux. A man who, like Elio, seemingly knows everyone in Canadian ball hockey. Man has connections upon connections. Trainer, right? Equipment manager. Adam Thiessen, player who got hurt, ended up helping out on the coaching staff. They're going to play the Canadian national anthem, and then they will deliver the trophy, and that'll be that. One heck of a week up here in Edmonton as Canada huddles together. Heck of a run. Heck of a run. And for the country of Canada, they now have 4 gold medals last 2 years. So starting with the pardon me, 5 gold medals in 3 years. As a bunch of Canadians come over to accept the captains and the assistant captains. I'm going to take a picture. I will go ahead and duck out of the way. Before I was interrupted by the photo opportunity here. So it's been a heck of a run since 2022 Laval. So they win gold, right? Men's and women's. In 2023 Masters, they win gold, men's and women's. They also win gold in juniors in a couple of divisions. 2024, the men's team repeats as champions, and juniors get a gold medal in the U16. And now, to cap off our tournament season, the Canadian Legends, Team Canada, take home gold. Boy, what a heck of a week. Just want to say thanks to our partners. Again, Home Team Live, they've been tremendous to work with all week. Appreciate them having me in the booth, doing play-by-play. Thank all the volunteers here at the Edmonton Sports Center South, Soccer Center South. All the ISBHF volunteers that helped make this happen. Kuba Gunter, Al Izduna, Declan Moffat, Jan Havel, Referee-in-Chief Michael Wabi, all the ISBHF referees, Executive Secretary David Torr, President Elio Pascuzzo, Technical Director Andre Nemchek. It really does take a team to put on these types of tournaments, folks. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. And of course, thanks to the CBHA, right? We wouldn't be here if they didn't agree to host the event. And all the volunteers for the CBHA that helped put this on. You know, the timekeeper here, the scorekeeper, the announcer, the PA announcer, people working the doors, all that stuff. So that'll do it for me. Chris Pekanowitz, thanks for joining me this week. It's been fun. I hope to see you again soon. We'll have 3 tournaments coming up next year.